here in this exciting environment in Cologne, Germany, at the DLR, the German Aerospace Institute. We're carrying out a set of experiments and studies in humans trying to determine what the effect of different conditions, including head down tilt and different atmospheric changes in brain metabolism. All these studies are extremely important due to the fact that our astronauts have been spending more time up in space, and they've been developing some brain swelling and increased intracranial pressure. So we're trying to study that effect here on Earth so that we could apply potential beneficial treatments to them while they're up in space.
We have about 20 different experiments that each subject is exposed to, and some of these focus on the cerebral blood flow, intracranial pressure, the eye structure. We have MRI of the brain. We have tests of carbon dioxide level, blood testing to see how the body reacts under stress, testing of the sensation of smell. And we wanted to really get a good overall perspective of how the body is responding to these conditions of carbon dioxide and fluid shifting to the head.
If I may add, this is we planned a lot of studies at the DLR, be it bed rest studies or ambulatory studies. We've never put together a study quite like this with all the experiments that these subjects have to endure. It's quite rigorous.
This study is important for space flight because we see that the astronauts that come back have high intracranial pressure, and we don't know exactly why this happens, if this has something to do with brain perfusion. And so we measure this on our subjects. The TCD is important for this because it is an established device to measure perfusion, and we can compare it with other devices that are new.
My role at the SPACECOT study is being the doctor, so taking care of the subject from a medical point of view. I started by screening the subjects as a candidates, selecting the right subjects for the study, and me as a doctor, I'm here from the beginning of the measurement day until the end, so that I could take care of all medical issues that would appear during the actual scientific measurements.
What we're trying to see is the effect of head down tilt on the size of the internal jugular veins, because in outer space fluids shift up toward the head, and one of the ways we can tell how much blood is in the head is by looking at the internal jugular veins, since those are the main way that blood can leave the head. So we're trying to simulate that with the tilting, because tilting also causes the blood to accumulate in the head, and by looking at the internal jugular veins we can get some idea of how one person may be susceptible to the effects of fluid shifting to the head. And so we also hope to compare this information with the information collected on some of the astronauts that have already been up in space, and we can try to determine which tilting angle may best simulate the tilting, the fluid shifting in outer space that the astronauts are having.
On top of studying the head down tilt position, we also have to manipulate certain environmental conditions, and one of them is increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It's been known now for several years that the content of carbon dioxide up in the International Space Station is higher than what we're exposed to on Earth, and we think that that may also be a contributing factor to what our astronauts are experiencing up there. It's important to know that we still don't know what's actually causing the problem, so that's why we need to study it here and try to dissect out every single component so that we'll determine which one of those is more important or whether the combination is what's causing the problem.